The idea of what you have of Alaska is not what you're gonna have when you get here, because the state is that much better than what you think you're gonna see.
This is, I will have to say, the coolest place I think I've ever been. This tops them all.
What I really want to find out there is experience something so unknown, so different, it's so far away. And caribou's always been one of those things that's been very aspirational, mysterious. The caribou live in a land so far away from where I live.
The trip really was about, you know, getting up to Alaska, which is once in a lifetime destination for a lot of people, hunters especially.
You know, you're getting out of it, you're seeing just what Alaska has to offer. I mean, just awesome, awesome views. Being out here, being with really good friends, dudes that have the same passion as you do, and being able to share that passion.
Part of the trip plan was that we were going to get an RV, which was an experience all in itself for anyone who's been in an RV for an extended period of time.
Traveling with 3 guys in a cramped RV, one of those things that you'll never forget, and it doesn't bug you at the time because you're having a ton of fun.
You know I want the Lambo, you know I want the Benz too.
We drove from Fairbanks to 50 miles south of Prudhoe, where the outfitter flies out of.
Somebody has arrived.
So day 1, we flew in, can't hunt on the day you fly in, so we can't start hunting until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Not that we're gonna be up that early doing it, but got everything set up. Went on a little 2.5-hour hike, lots of animals, lots of caribou, a couple small bulls, pretty small, lots of cows and calves, but we finally found a good one. So that's promising. I think that's what we got to do, is just keep moving around till we see one that we like. We're excited though, start hunting tomorrow.
That's him. He's laying down right now. When I originally see that bull, I think he was about 1,200 yards outside of camp. The next morning, he ended up being somewhere around 15 to 17.
Lost him in the fog. Oh, there he is. I can just see his top of his antlers. I think he's laying down again.
We kind of hustle up a little bit. We start getting into a little bit closer range. I think we closed to within 400. Once we get there, we kind of crest up over a hill and he sees us. He sees us and he spooks and he bolts. And I thought every little hump that we kind of came over, I thought we lost him. And then all of a sudden you'd see his antlers up on the horizon. It's, all right, another boost of energy. We crest up over a hill and we see him. There he is. It's hard. It's hard hitting an animal in the gut, and you know that, like, okay, no matter where he went, we were going after him. We had to harvest this animal. This was ours. Probably the coolest animal I've ever shot. Just awesome.
Hey, you guys there?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we got another caribou down. We just chased him down for about 1.5 miles. So we're gonna go check it out now. Pretty good size.
Right on. We're just finishing up the last quarter, and then we're about to be packing up and moving out of here.
All right, cool. Plan to see you back at camp. We're about 1/2 mile from there.
Right on. See you then.
The one that I got, we spotted it like 1.5 miles out, and we stalked it in, and at that point I was like, okay, well, I just stalked this thing down in the tundra for 1.5 miles. It was less about the size of the bull and, you know, the rack on it than it was, you know, the stalk and going and doing that.
Oh, never been so happy to see 2 tents in my life.
I know, dude, that's what Sam and I were saying.
And that is a wrap for day 1. 2 caribou down.
I don't think you can ever truly prepare yourselves for the unknowns of any hunt you go on.
There were times out there where I was like, man, I wish I would have gotten in better shape or shape at all before I came up here. But there's certain things about the tundra that I don't think it would have mattered.
From looking at it, you know, on the flight in, checking it out just from above, it doesn't seem all that bad. But once your boots are on the ground, I mean, every time you take a step, I mean, you're sinking in pretty good.
They have these things they call tussocks, and they're like these little mounds throughout the marsh. You're walking on posts. You can prepare all you want or all you think before these hunts, but you never truly can get ready for all of the unknowns and what you're gonna run into out there.
Came to the valley that we've been seeing lots of animals in the last 2 days. It's a little empty today. There's 1 or 2 here and there. We're just gonna relocate. I think the name of the game here is cover some ground and just keep looking into every nook and cranny. They're like ghosts. They kind of just pop up out of nowhere.
There's plenty of times where I was out there thinking like, how many people have actually walked along this creek bed? Or how many people have actually come up over this ridge? Maybe a few, but how many have actually taken the path that I took to get there?
We don't need a big herd of massive bulls. We just need one.
A lot of the places we stomped around were probably places that not many eyeballs have seen on this earth.
All right, look at this one real quick. Well, here we are at camp trying to make lunch and make a game plan, of course. Camp's a really good spot, obviously. We're gonna have to get lucky because he's running around from the bugs. So we're not gonna, he's just erratic all over the place. We're just saying we hadn't seen much, and then of course you look up and you see a pretty decent looking bull that snuck into the valley. So he's several hundred yards out, so we're gonna get geared up and go take a closer look at him and see what happens.
So we're gonna wait, see if you shoot it and meet you up after. If not, we'll meet you up with dinner.
We're like Uber Eats, Tundra style.
I think we're gonna go in and try and finish this dog and take a shot if we can get it on him. He's pretty good.
It was a very cool situation in that all of us were together. Ben and Rob stayed back at camp and they watched the whole thing. We made a great stalk. Everything worked out. I mean, and my 2 good buddies are watching it from camp. as I'm doing this stalk to within 200 yards. And everyone got to see that and share that, which was really cool to me. I always joke, when I look at an animal, it looks like a butcher chart to me. I see rump roast, steaks, back straps. What we do at all camps I go to, you take those inner loins and you fry them up with butter and onions, and we had some potatoes. And to me, that's a meal you can't pay for in a restaurant. You can't replicate that moment of sharing that meat with your buddies in camp right on the side of the lake that only a handful of people have probably ever seen in their life.
My main takeaways, living in that moment. This is right in front of me right now. It's harder to see it behind that lens, but I'm staring at it right now, and this is something that I'll always remember. That in the company. You find yourself with good friends, good people, and you take them out and you go to these just awe-inspiring places and you have fun. I mean, nothing else matters at that point, you know, enjoying what's out here.